Hi, I'm Frankie, a managing consultant at Brand Recruitment, and I'm here to share some tips and advice for looking for a new role within marketing, PR, or communications. A brand we just recruit within that space, so have done for the last 18 years. So I'll be sharing some advice and pointers with regards to CV writing, the application process, and interviewing. So on CV, something that's really regularly missed, first of all, that I'd recommend having is just a little intro summary about yourself. So just a few sentences about your background, your industry experience, key skills, and what you're looking for. It's a good way to have hiring managers sort of start to tick mental boxes. Next is to use bullet points always in terms of kind of detailing your experience. So big paragraphs are harder to read. Bullet points can serve as sort of like a checklist for hiring managers to sort of, compare against your skill set. Don't worry about the two-page sort of CV rule. That's a myth, really. As long as it's relevant, it needs to be on there. With regards to how much sort of experience you have, though, sort of the further back you go, you might want to have that a little bit less detailed. And for any non-marketing roles, you can keep those nice and brief. So next point would be with regards to digital marketing, especially if statistics. So if you're a digital marketer, statistics are really, really essential. You don't need to fill a page with them or add on loads of like screenshots or anything like that, but definitely mention year-on-year growth, budget figures if you've managed them, and how many people you've line managed. To be able to really kind of highlight that data, really kind of brings out your experience from that measurability. The image here shows, sort of how many people say that the role they feel has become more data-led and analytical. So, absolutely talk about it. The most important thing that I cannot stress enough is spelling and grammar. We see candidates regularly get turned down because of typos. Everyone makes mistakes. We're all human, but if you're detailing your experience and talking about your copywriting skills, or your title is marketing manager, it just doesn't look good. And these are really, kind of easily avoidable red flags by just really taking the time to check. Use Grammarly if you can, or ask someone to help you. Another thing to think about with regards to your experience would be sort of increasing your skills wise, would be looking at courses. So these could be CPD courses. They don't have to cost a fortune or anything like that, but it just really sort of shows your intent and can be kind of an in for you if you're applying for roles that you don't yet have that much experience in. So before applying for a role, just ensure that you have the most up-to-date CV on there that you're sharing. If your sort of CV, if you've just finished a new role, make sure that it no longer says to present. With regards to applications, always keep track of which roles you're applying for. If employers receive your CV multiple times, or especially if you're put forward by an agency after applying, it just tends to come across as quite unorganised, like you're not really thinking about the role or not really thinking about them as a business. Obviously, when a really common interview question would be, why us? Why do you want to work for us? You need to make sure that you show that you're kind of putting your best foot forward with, being aware of where your CV is going. If contacting hiring managers or anyone on LinkedIn, ensure you don't use any auto-generated messages. This stands for cover letters as well, or like any of those summary boxes when applying for roles. It definitely gives off sort of similar feelings to my previous point, and that it kind of looks like you don't really care that much about where your CV is going or what you apply to. So being sure that you're really kind of showing that intent within that business. AI and ChatGPT, don't use this to write cover letters or anything similar, or CVs, of course. So recruiters and hiring managers, we absolutely can tell. And whilst it's lovely and quick, humans are looking for humans. So if you need some templates or help with getting started, then that's understandable. But, us at Brands and any other sort of reputable specialist agencies should be able to provide this help. Essentially, these things just need to be written as organically as possible by you. Since we produced our marketing report, I'm sure that these figures would now be sort of higher in terms of chatbots and AI. But the more known about it now, the more we can sort of spot it really in terms of content. Okay, fantastic. So now you've got an interview, the first thing you need to do is research. If you know nothing about the business, it doesn't matter how well you come across, it will be a no from them. So it's essential to spend lots of time on their website, LinkedIn, and other social media channels. If you'll be involved in branding and design, what collateral can you find? What marketing outreach can you see that they're doing? They might do video content or any other like benefits packs. Definitely have a look at these. Also check out Glassdoor and Google reviews in general as well. It really just gives you a good feel for the company before you even speak to them. Next is to really get to know the job description so that you can relate your experience using examples to that specific role and what the business are looking for. So for first stages, if it's over video or telephone, you can have sort of notes in front of you to be ready as prompts and sort of so you can sort of answer questions about, why your experience, what transferable skills you can bring, or any other different perspectives. So final tips would be for sort of during the interview itself as well. So ensure that you're always being transparent in terms of, first of all, the experience that you have, your strengths and weaknesses, but also what you're looking for in a role and in an employer, where you're looking for a role and what other interview processes you're in. This sounds for recruitment agencies as well. The more information you give and the more open you are, the more we can help you. Remember that interviewing is very much a sort of two-way street. So you're kind of interviewing them as well. So be sure to prepare and ask questions so you can get to know your interviewers and anything else you can't find out from your sort of previous research. A really essential but overlooked question is often with regards to sort of business hours, flexible policy, and in every other structure. So is it fully office-based? Is it hybrid? If it's hybrid, are those days set or can you choose them? If fully remote, will there be any kind of travel to the offices? What does this really look like? So also, is this all really going to work for you? And do you get the feeling that it's sort of a structure that's going to stick or that might change? Lastly, salary. So be sure of your salary expectations and what you're worth in line with your experience and circumstance. So salaries, of course, vary depending on the industry sector across B2B, B2C and third sector, but also across areas of the UK. So do some research, see what's achievable in line with your experience and circumstances. If you're unsure, you can download our market review and salary survey and we can help sort of benchmark yourself there. This image here shows, some of the sort of most important factors that people have kind of chosen for consideration when applying for roles. So that includes like work-life balance, career progression, and of course, salary at the top here. So hopefully these tips and guidance can help you on your way with finding a new role within marketing, PR or communications. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to pop us a call or an email. We can help with, like I said, sort of benchmarking yourself salary-wise, give any CV or interview advice, and of course assist you with finding and securing a new position. Good luck.